Hi, and welcome to this session on Dynamics 365 for Finance and Operations. In this session, we will take a high-level overview of the look and feel of the application, the methods of navigation, and touch on the workspaces and their configuration. So to kick off, the first thing you will notice is that the system is browser-based. This means that Dynamics 365 or D365 is accessible from anywhere and is completely device independent. The only prerequisite is that you have an internet connection. The other ideology and ethos of the system is that the system will allow you to manage by exception, and I hope to demonstrate that to you over the next few moments. So firstly, let's take a look at the menu system, which is a traditional menu system. If I click on this button in the top left hand corner, you will see that I have a list of my favorites. I have all of my recently run functions, and of course I have a full module list for the system. In this case, I might pick out the accounts payable module, and I can see that within accounts payable I have a number of subsections of functions. So I might want to take a look at purchase orders or invoices or whatever. I can obviously expand them all. One thing you will note is that I have access to every function, as I have admin rights. Once we assign roles to users, then of course they would only see the menu options appropriate to their role. And of course I can collapse it down. A function that has proved or does prove very useful is the search at the top of the screen. Within the search, if we start to type what we're looking for, the system has a level of intelligence to try and work it out. So in this example, I'm looking for all of the sales orders in the system. So if I start typing all sales, then the system's gone away and said, are you looking for these options? And to run it, I simply click on it. And now I can see all of my sales orders within the system. Workspaces are these tiles, if you like, on the landed page of the system, and these are effectively landing pages for individual users. They effectively give a 360-degree view of a business functional area within Dynamics. So if we take a look at one in a little bit more detail, I'll scroll down, and keeping the purchasing theme, I'll run the purchase order readiness and preparation. So if I run the purchase order preparation function, then you can see that again we're tile based, and I've said before that the system allows me to manage by exception. So in this case it's showing me the number of orders on this tile without a delivery date, because that's important to me. All orders should have a delivery date, or it's looking at a draft count. So I've got one order that's effectively draft. I've got two that's been approved. And of course, if I click on them, then it will drill down and show me more information. Next to tiles, we've got this information area, which basically shows me consolidated information, in this case across the purchase orders. If I hover over a piece of information, then it gives me more information without drilling in. But I could, of course, click on that and go down into the purchase order if I wanted to. Simple to change. I can click approved, or I can click on the tile. And if we just scroll across a little bit, we'll also see that we've got a number of links to other areas of the system where there might be pertinent information for this particular workspace. Within D365 for Finance and Operations, it's very easy to configure workspaces to tailor them to the exact user's needs. To give you an example of this, if we return to our sales orders, so back to all sales orders, I click on options. This is available through every function in the system, and I might say that I want to add this function to a workspace. So in this case, I'm going to add it to my purchase order preparation. I'm going to add it as a tile, so it'll appear on the left hand side of the workspace. I could create it as a list, which is the data area in the middle, or a link, which was the hyperlinks to the right hand side of the workspace. In this case, I'll go ahead and I'll just create it as a tile and click on configure. I now need to give the tile a name, so I'll just add the word demo to sales order, and decide whether I want to actually put a count of the number of records behind that tile. So if we just click on OK and basically return back to our purchase order preparation, you will see that very quickly I've been able to add a tile for my sales orders, which is very powerful. If I click on that, it takes me directly to that function. If I come back, it brings me back. As mentioned previously, this area does tend to be the landing page for the users, which gives a very consolidated functional area of the system for that user, and certainly allows them to be more efficient by managing by exception. Thank you for your time.